So the stock market spikes back. Within this video, I'm going to show you how you can determine if this is going to be a bull trap and when to be bearish and when to buy the put options, or if this is going to be a bear trap and when to be bullish and when to buy the call options. This video is going to give you a much better understanding on the key levels to be trading at and when to be long biased, when to be bullish, when to be short biased, when to be bearish. I'm also going to be recapping some of my trades that I made today, and I'm also going to share with you some upcoming trades that I'm planning to make. So I'm going to walk you through step by step how these unique technical strategies work. In terms of my day, I did end up finishing in the green today. With that being said, my Amazon swing trade, I ended up buying Amazon call options today. They were up over 100% at one point today. That was meant to be a short-term trade. I'm still waiting to buy the midterm call options where I just sit on those as I'm expecting this to go a lot higher within time. But I sold way too soon, and I'm going to be explaining to you why I sold those, short-term call options so soon. But we had members hold those out. They were very patient, making 60 to 70% plus. One guy made a little bit over $11,000. And then in terms of my other trades, I had two small losses. I had a small loss on a put option for Lucid. I'm going to explain to you when I'm planning to get back in on that and why I'm interested in getting put options on Lucid. And then I had a small loss on Tilray. I ended up trading Tilray at a lower key level. As I told you guys in the video yesterday, the best level was at 750. I went with 730. So towards the end, I'm going to be recapping the trades. But let's get right into the market analysis. So in terms of Amazon stock, I'm just going to quickly go over this trade. So within the chat, we had a lot of people do very, very well on this one, as it was expected to be a very good play, and it was a more pricier contract. So this is something we would take a much heavier position size because we're rarely trading Amazon. We're focused on the key best levels. But in terms of the swing trade idea, this was posted at 3:34 p.m. yesterday. I ended up buying Amazon calls at 9:45. The strike was 3,400, and I gave myself a good amount of time, January 21st. The price target was 32.51 by Wednesday. And then in the morning, as soon as my price target hit, I got out at 11:20. Some members held, like I said, and they made 60 to 70% plus. So with that being said, these were the contracts that I did recommend in terms of the swing trade. You could see right here, they were trading in the 930s when I alerted them. They shot up all the way to $25. That is nearly 170% plus potential profit return you could have made on those towards the peak. Now, why did I close out so early on these particular contracts? The reason why I closed out is because there was a gap to fill at $3,251. Plus, I was leaning a little bit more towards the bearish side on the overall market. So once I saw that my price target hit right here and it was starting to pull back, so let me show you the gap in terms of what it is that I'm talking about. It has a massive gap down, massive move up. So for the short term, I'm expecting some sort of pullback, right? So I decided to lock in profits there. Now, with that being said, that does not change my point of view from the macro. I'm still waiting to buy the macro contracts, and hopefully I did not miss out on the macro contracts. I'm looking for some sort of pullback. But in terms of the macro, this is heading, and at this point, we're going to 33.50. That's my target, 33.50 to fill this gap. It is going to fill. I'm looking for an entry to get back in. So that was the classic gap close reversal strategy. It worked once again. I'm going to leave links down below in the description so you can learn the basics of that strategy. This is the exact same trade that I literally made last year. Now I'm just looking to get back in with much heavier size on more midterm contracts where I hold them for 3 weeks to 4 weeks and really ride this back up to 33.50 plus. And if 33.50 can turn into a support level, then it is really going to skyrocket. We're talking like 3,500 levels within 2 to 3 weeks from that occurring. So the main thing I want you to understand about Amazon is it's extremely bullish from a macro point of view. The calls are going to continue to print. It's on track to fill the gap at 33.50, and then that's your key level. If 33.50 holds, turns into support, this is going to be on track to shoot up to 3,500. That's a major key reversal level. Look at this. Look at all of the support right here towards 34.50. See how once it cracks, it sells off very, very quickly to 31.21. Well, that's over 200-point crash. And you better believe when this breaks above this 33.50 and turns that into support, it is going to skyrocket within time. Like in a couple weeks, we're talking 3,500. So with that being said, your key level for Amazon in terms of breakout zones is right here. You see a major trend reversal once this key level turns into a support level. Now, if it turns into a resistance level, it is going to be on track to go back to 3250. So I'm looking for some sort of dip. I want to get in and I want to go heavy on some macro contracts. So in terms of the SPY, and then towards the end, I'm going to be recapping the Lucid loss, and I'm also going to be recapping the Tilray loss, and I'm going to share with you my upcoming plays because I'm planning to get back in on those. The market was very, very strong, and they turned key levels into support, so I chose not to hold those overnight. There was no confirmation to hold overnight. So let's get into this. So in terms of SPY, there's two case scenarios in terms of what can happen. In terms of the pattern that I'm currently seeing, this is what could happen. We could be currently here. So compare this candle and compare this candle, these two candles to these two candles. Very similar move, right? SPY's trading in the 450s, forms this bullish wick, bullish hammer, and then same candle. And then what does it do? It just kind of rests. It forms a new price channel, and then overall it breaks down. So that's where we could be at. We can be in a situation where a price channel could develop, and in terms of where it develops, it's going to develop most likely around this key level right here. 472 to 470, right around there. So what we can potentially see happen is SPY for a couple days trades within a channel in your lower 470s, right around here towards this key resistance, which was previous support, right around this zone right here. And then it just breaks down and it goes back down to fill the gap below, as long as it's reacting as a resistance level in between that zone. Or this is the second case scenario. We can be in a situation like this. See the bullish pin right here, see the bullish move right here, and then next day bullish move right here, next day bullish move here. It just keeps pushing up, very, very strong move, and then pushes for new all-time highs. So in terms of where I'm at, in terms of getting back in on SPY, whether it's going to be calls or puts, as of now, I'm really not too interested in getting the calls. We're kind of in the middle of the channel. So I'm on the sidelines. I'm waiting for one of those two ideas to really start to develop. If we see a strong move up tomorrow and this closes above 471, we're going to be on track to really push back up. Potential new all-time highs within time, but 475 easily. Now, if this starts forming resistance right around here in between this zone I draw out for you guys, that is extremely bearish. So basically, in terms of bear trap, what I want you to understand is the bear trap should start to occur if it just blasts off tomorrow past 471. If 471 breaks out and turns into support, that's where bears are going to get trapped. Now, in terms of bull trap, the bull trap starts to occur when we get some consolidation, some resistance, a price channel to form towards key levels. So this is a key level, this is a key level, this is a key level. So in terms of put options, what I'm waiting for is a channel to develop. So I'm on the sidelines. If you've been watching how I've been playing puts on SPY, I've simply been waiting for the channels to develop, and I've been playing towards key resistance levels and key gap close reversal levels. If you go back and study the history of my SPY put trades, I'm not trading these a lot, right? We're talking like, a couple times a month at the most, right? So in terms of the put side, I'm waiting for a channel to develop. Until that happens, the bulls are really going to try to push this and run it up. So that's what you need to understand. If it turns 470 to 471 to support, it's going to blast off to 475, try to push for new all-time highs within time. It's going to take some time, like 1 to 2 weeks. Once we get the consolidation phase, it's struggling. It just keeps sitting at a resistance level. Once the price channel develops, right now there's no current price channel in development as of now. That's when we're going to see the bull trap. So that's kind of what I'm waiting for in terms of SPY. I'm really on the sidelines, not quite interested in buying calls. So kind of just waiting for some sort of price channel to develop. And then once that channel develops, look to get puts towards key resistance levels into bearish candles like these, like these, like these, like these, like these. So yeah, that's the thought on SPY. So mainly just sidelines. In terms of upcoming plays, I just want you guys to understand in terms of right now and full confidence plays, I'm not seeing too much right now. I'm kind of just on the sidelines. But what I am seeing is Amazon. I want to go extremely heavy on Amazon call options. I'm going to go with safe ones that are a lot more expensive. I'm going to give myself time, ideally at least 3 weeks, most likely 4, but in between that range. I just think within the next 3 weeks, this can shoot up to 3,500. As long as we can break above and turn 33.50 into support, that's confirmation that we're going to like 35 to 35.50. So I'm extremely bullish, extremely long biased for Amazon. This is definitely going to 33.50, and then I have to see how it reacts. If it reacts as a resistance level, then I'm going to hold off. Reacts as a support level, then I'm going to look to, look to get in if I haven't already. So I have to see. But I'm on the sidelines right now. I want some sort of pullback, but I want to get on those. So that's expected to be like one of my biggest plays, my main play is Amazon calls on that. If they're too expensive for you, you can do a multi-leg option. You can do a vertical, option. You could do a vertical option in that sense. In terms of other potential plays, I wanted to mention Lucid. I think for the short term being, this is due for a pullback. I think this happened way too quickly from 33 to 46. You guys know I was waiting for this gap to fill, as mentioned in previous videos, at 44.72. That's where I told you guys to grab the put options. Right here at 44.72, where this red line is, so many fake outs. We had over 8 fake outs at that level. So many scalping opportunities. I ended up losing, just a small 13%, nothing too crazy on those, right? When my options hit, they hit like 50% plus. So nothing big in that sense. And I didn't size in that heavy at all on these. But with that being said, this is what I want you to understand about Lucid stock. In terms of Lucid, and let me pull this up right here. Let's see. So January 19th, so the people who got in early on Lucid stock, right, before the IPO, right, they got in early. January 19th, this marks the day where they can start selling. And these people are up a lot of money. They got in like in the tens, like even lower, like they got in at amazing prices and they're up a lot right now. So you better believe they're going to start locking in profits and selling. So basically January 19th, I think this is going to be one of those plays where it really starts to sell off for the short term. So in terms of what we're seeing right now, we're seeing a rally where this pump is being created and it's going to create a lot of bag holders in terms of traders, in my opinion. When the big hitters who, bought this, right, the pre-IPO who bought this, right, who are up substantially, like they're up easily over 300% plus, they're going to start selling, and then it's going to create a lot of bag holders for the traders who are chasing and buying into this pump. So I'm on the sidelines right now. What I want you to understand is this was the key level, and it's still a support level. So the bulls remain in control as long as that turns into continues to hold up as a support level. The bulls remain in control, and right now it's reacting as a support level, keeps trying to break out. But still, several fake outs, no clear signs of strength, but the bulls are currently in control, so it's not time to get puts. There's no gaps that are waiting to fill above. So for this one, here, let me double check if this filled right here. So 47.27, 47.25. Okay, so there's a gap. There's a gap at 47.27. That's going to be the next level, 47.27. If we see it, react as a resistance level towards there, it's going to set up for a great scalping opportunity. But me personally, I'm looking to swing trade this, right? So the plan is to just kind of wait for some bearish candles, some bearish confirmations to come in towards this 57 level. If we don't see it at that level, then we just wait higher. But we also want to keep the date in mind of January 19th. That's when that sell-off could really start to occur. So that's what I want you to keep in mind on Lucid. I think it's going to be one of those plays when, that lockup date is over, it's going to start to sell off. As mentioned in like several articles, I think it's going to be one of those plays. And there's some big hitters who are going to be eligible to sell the stock beginning on January 19th. So yeah, that's what I'm thinking on Lucid. I'm just patiently waiting for a put. With that, I would give yourself at least 2 weeks. I'm probably going to do 3 to 4 weeks, play it safe. That's more of like kind of like a short to midterm play. DWAC, this one ended up filling the gap. I told members, the chart looks very bullish. Do not play the gap close reversal. Do not play the puts. And this just kept rallying today. So I really have no interest at this one at the moment. I don't want to chase it. Definitely due for some sort of pullback. As for, let's see. So MU and Ford, I'm still on the sidelines waiting to buy March 18th put options. I think the March 18th put options are going to do well for some leaps. Still on the sidelines, just waiting for more bearish confirmation and waiting to see how the market is going to be reacting towards some key levels. And then NVAX, you know, this right here just formed a bearish candlestick towards lower highs. So like I said, 102. If 135 cannot turn into support, then my level of interest is going to be 102 on that. So I'm on the sidelines for that. And then Tilray. So in terms of Tilray, if you guys watched the video I made yesterday, I literally told you $7.50 is the level to get the puts. The high of day was $7.56. We're starting to pull back. This is what I want you to understand. So I made a day trade on this one. This one was a 23% loss. So I lost a little bit more percentage wise on this one, but the contract's very cheap. I didn't do too heavy on this one as well. But like I said, I decided to go at a lower price on this one. So it gapped down, went to 680, playing for the gap to fill at 642. With that being said, you know, I was playing for the gap close reversal. There was a gap to fill right here. And then I literally got in terms of where I got in right here. There was a gravestone doji. That's a very bearish candlestick. As soon as I got in, it started selling off. It went from 729 to 713. And then the market started rallying like crazy. And then it came back, but now it's coming back down. So the main thing to understand about this one is the new key level is going to be 729. If that reacts as a support level, it's going to go back to 750. If 750 breaks out, it's going to fill this gap at 798, which is the best price to buy the puts. The best price to buy the puts at this point, especially with the current green day it had, is going to be 798. There's a gap to fill right here at $7.98. That's going to be your best level to buy like a 7.5 strike put. And then I give yourself 2 weeks on that if it hits that level and you see it reacting as resistance level. If this cracks 729 tomorrow, it's going to head back towards 680. Once 680 cracks, it fills the gap at 642. So it's too choppy for me. It's dying out. At this point, it's off my watch list. If it can go to 798, I'll be interested in grabbing a put. If not, I'm not going to play it. So that's my thoughts on Tilray. And MRIN. MRIN is an upcoming play. I'm waiting for this one to hit 345. Once this hits 345, we should begin to bounce. We should begin to spike back. So that's going to be a good potential play. And then other than that, I believe that's going to conclude this one. So yeah, I mean, I'll do a quick analysis on AMC and then that'll be it. So in terms of AMC, you know, I think this is really going to start to crack 2080 within time. It's going to take some time. I think we could see some short-term spikes, but overall, once this cracks 2080, it goes to 1641. That's where I'm buying the call options at 1641. So I'm on the sidelines for that right now. Really not interested in getting a put at such low levels. But it could set up for a potential put if you're interested in swing trading 3 to 4 weeks out. But yeah, on the sidelines for that now. So yeah, that's going to be it, guys. So in terms of like plays, the big play is going to be Amazon, looking to get in some midterm calls, ride those up to 35.50. Just waiting for the right price and waiting for some confirmation. Hopefully I don't miss out on that, but it is what it is. And other than that, you know, MRIN, I'm waiting for the key level. The key level on MRIN is going to be to buy the dip at 345. And other than that, it's mainly just Lucid. And then we talked about the potential leap put plays. But in terms of Lucid, I'm just waiting for some sort of bearish confirmation, ideally towards 47.27. We'll see. And then I'm also keeping the lockup date in mind on January 19th. So that's going to be my thoughts. That's going to be my analysis. And like I said on SPY, I'm, you know, in terms of put wise, I'm waiting for a consolidation channel to form. This is what, in terms of what I'm looking for when I'm buying a put on SPY, I'm looking for this to happen. Where it consolidates, it forms a channel, and then it shows weakness within that channel. So for example, it's consolidating towards resistance, it forms a channel, it breaks down out of the channel, which is bearish, pushes back up, forms a bearish candlestick, boom, you buy the puts right there. It's a fake out. Same thing right here. It's consolidating, it forms a channel, it breaks down, pushes back up, forms the bearish candlestick, and then boom, sells off. Same exact pattern. So that's kind of what I'm looking for in terms of SPY, wherever that decides to develop. So yeah, I'm kind of just waiting things out. So yeah, guys, I will keep you updated. If you do want to be a part of Trader Society, it's the first link down below in the description. You get to trade live with me every day at Market Open via webinar. You ask me questions live on spot. And then from there, you know, you have lifetime access to the chat room. You get to direct message me one-on-one within the chat room. I'll help guide you through your trades, answer any questions you may have. And then we also have the video lesson library where you get all the education, the technical strategies, and then you also get the psychology, the risk management. There's a lot more to it. If you're interested, I would encourage you to check it out. The link is down below in the description. All the information is provided there, and I will see you guys within Traders Society live tomorrow at market open to do another live trading session. So until then, guys, I'll be within the chat room.